to I am coming again. I need to clarify some things that I said in the first I am coming again. One of those things is I kept saying obscure when I meant to say obstruct, that the clouds were obstructing mankind's view of how Jesus was coming back, the Spirit of God. It was late, as is it is pretty much most of the time when I do these talk videos. So, and as I mentioned in my about my videos, I mentioned that part. I clear my throat sometimes, and it's late sometimes when I do them. So my head might be a little foggy or whatever. So I ask you to look over these things and not judge me because I am doing the best I can. Another thing I wanted to mention is this. I mentioned that Jesus is coming. He said he's as lightning shines from the east to the west, so shall the coming of man be. Okay. Lightning, I forgot to mention in this. Well, no, I did mention it. It has to do with the storm. And usually lightning comes, you can see the lightning before the storm begins, the actual raining and everything that comes with storm, hail and all this and that. So, now you can look at this two ways. People who are looking, paying attention, who have their mind's eye or their spiritual eye open and their ear open, spiritual ear, they are looking for the storm. They believe that much that they are looking for the signs of the storm. And one of those signs of a storm is lightning. Just like another sign is rain. You can't see the lightning. Lightning strikes fast, okay? If you're not looking for it, then how will you see it? The only way you can see it is if you're paying attention. That's the only way you can see it. And so what it meant by as lightning shines from the east to the west, as everybody knows, that's fast. See, the truth, God's people, the men of the east, to be symbolically telling this, well, this whole thing is symbolic. If you look at the compass, north at the top, south at the bottom, east at the right, west on the other side. Okay. As lightning shines from the east to the west, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. The Son of Man, meaning his spirit in mankind and his chosen people, taking the truth to the Gentiles. And many people won't even be able to see that the truth has been shared with them or told to them because they have their heads up the world's butt. So they don't see it coming. And when somebody says, well, yeah, it came, somebody was already talking about it. People were already talking about it. Well, I didn't see it. I didn't know. That's because you were all tied up with the world. which is what Satan wants, to keep you distracted. He's trying to pull all the Gentiles, the Jews, away from the being God's chosen people and falling into the Gentile class. He does not want the Gentiles to transform over into the Hebrew Israelite class. No. So he has so many worldly distractions out there that the truth is out there. But just like it's like the storm. If you're not looking for the lightning, you won't see it. You have to keep looking. Keep looking. That means, in this case, keep checking for the messages from the Most High. Listen to the truth. Don't let it go in one ear and out the other. That's what Satan wants you to do. I'm trying to explain it to you as best I can. The Bible also says, looking at things, line upon line, precept upon precept, precept upon precept. Here a little and there a little. I was thinking about this today too, where he says, don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. To me, that means Hebrew Israelite class people, don't let the goat-like people, the Gentiles, who don't want to listen, don't let them know the provisions about the provisions. Don't let them know. Whatever provisions that God makes for you to survive the 7-year Great Tribulation, don't let the Gentile class know. That means the dogs, the snakes, people who can take stuff from you. Don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Doesn't this go hand in hand with God's chosen people, his Hebrew Israelite class being on the right, and the Gentile class on the left, or the sheep class on the right, the goat class on the left? I'm coming from as lightning shines from the east to the west, so shall the coming of man be. Man, the lightning's coming. It's coming. That's how fast he came. And the storm follows the lightning. The storm of the great 7-year tribulation is coming. But the lightning of the truth, which is a lot of people are not going to see. It's going to pass by just like, it's going to be taught just like lightning. It's going to be told just like as fast as lightning. That's the way it's going to seem. Because you know why? Nobody's listening to it. And if you tell someone, well, I heard it. I heard parts of it. Well, where was I at? How come I didn't hear anything? Because you weren't really listening. You weren't really watching for it. You really didn't care. All you cared about was the world. And nobody will really be concerned about the truth, which has really not been lifted up yet. The Spirit of God is in the earth. The I'm coming again is he just has not been fully lifted up yet. The Spirit of God is already here. That's evident. The Spirit of God is already in the earth. But the Spirit of truth, the truth has not been fully lifted up. When it is fully lifted up, then people will see the truth for what it is. But sometimes it takes things for us to go through things to see things like the truth. When we finally see the end result, or one of the end results of the lies that have been in this world, when it gets so bad, we will start to see the truth and appreciate the truth for what it is. Then the truth will be fully lifted up. Or Jesus, who says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Do you understand? When he said, I am coming again, this is what it meant. I am coming again. But you don't know. You have to know how he is coming. He is the truth. He is the truth that is coming out. And it's coming out slowly because there are very few workers in the field. The harvest is great, but the workers are few. So it's going to take a while to get the truth out there. It's going to take some things to happen. That's why I say God has his hand in this too. See, this is an amazing thing. God is going to pay back those who did what they did to his chosen people, and those who have the same mentality who did what those people did to his son. All these people are going to be paid back. And the 7-year great tribulation is like the thorns and thistles that the ground grew for the Cain's sake, so it would teach him a lesson. Thorns and thistles will it grow for you, for your sake. The 7-year great tribulation is for the sake of man. That is why God is helping to bring it about. And he's allowing us to, we've got a part in it too, believe me. Because of our free will, our being selfish, yeah. God doesn't want any of us to perish. But since we want to go our way, oh boy, yeah, he's going to help bring it in. He's going to help usher it in. That's right. As payback to the people who did the wrong things, and to show us at the same time that living without him is not the way to live. So it's all going to work out. It's all going to work out. So don't let you could tell your left hand about the things that they need to know, but don't tell them everything, because everybody's not going to listen. You can't tell them, well, God is making provision over here for us and this and that, because a lot of them will be thinking about is, and they'll be putting on that fake stuff just to try to get in, to be saved. They say bad company corrupts good character. No. Don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing in that case. If they don't want to listen, fine. That's just like saying, paradise is through this door here, and living forever in paradise on earth is through this entrance here, and they bring their dirty asses in there, and the whole place will be corrupt. No, if they don't want to sincerely change, leave them out. Don't tell them about any provisions. I had a dream one time about this great, oh my God, it was huge. It was huge. We're talking way, way bigger than the Titanic, than the Poseidon. It was huge. Oh my God, it was huge. It had ladders on the outside of it. And obviously the ship had started pulling off, and people were trying to be saved from something. And so they were climbing up these ladders that were on the outside of the ship. There were some people already on the ship. Blacks and people of all races, it seems, were already on the ship. But these other people were trying to get on the ship, and they kept getting knocked off. Some seemed like supernaturally, and others by people who were on the ship guarding the safety of the ship, knowing that these people were just trying to get a free ride to somewhere, to save their lives, much like the people in Noah's day. But this ship was huge. Oh my God, it was huge. It was huge. Oh wow, I can't even explain how huge it was. But I don't know where this ship was going. All I know is I dreamed it, and there were people at the top of it. So obviously the ship they had just got on it, or it was full to capacity inside of it. But there were people who were, and I'll tell you about these people. They seemed to be people who were just trying to be not saved in the sense of their salvation of their soul. No, just to be physically saved, because they had no interest. They were just scared, and they were trying to be saved that way. They had no interest in being saved spiritually, or their souls being saved. No. So that's why they kept getting knocked off the boat. No, you don't take people along like that. You don't do it. If Noah had opened the door to that ark and let some of those dirty people in who were laughing at him and all this and that, man, he would have just took a bunch of people. He might as well just. What was the point of the flood? If you're gonna have evil people, and it did get evil again after that. But it was actually to teach people a lesson, and and to be in history in the Bible that God is not playing that. Just like it's history in the Bible that the story about the true story about Sodom and Gomorrah. God was not playing that. Evil is only going to be in this world for so long. The people in Noah's day got destroyed. The people of Sodom and Gomorrah got destroyed. And he said, there was a warning. Let this be an example of what is going to happen to evil people. Talking about the hellfire that would come down and destroy them, which is another proof that there is not a literal burning spiritual spirit hell somewhere. No. Hellfire. And it's called hellfire because it's something that destroys you, something that will put you in your grave eventually. Hell is a common grave. Even if the bodies that are burn up in the end have to dissipate into the ground, turn back to dust until they become part of the ground again. That's hell, They're part of the ground. They'll be part of the ground, whether they're in the ground or on top of it, or dissipate, slowly into it again. However, they're in hell. They're in their grave. So I just wanted to clarify that I am coming again. His spirit is already here. It's in people. You can hear people talk on the internet. I'm talking about it. His spirit is here. You just have to be careful who you listen to. And I stumble over some of my words sometimes. Moses had a speech impediment too. So we do the best we can. God used people in the Bible, in the biblical days, he used people who were imperfect people. He used who was best fit, who he saw or pre-saw would be best fit for the job that needed to be done. So don't judge me. That's the wrong thing you can do, especially if you're not doing anything. And even if you are doing something, you don't judge somebody, you correct them. If I make a mistake, I try my best to clear it up. I'm not going to just sit there and like a bump on a log and say, well, I hope they, whatever. No, no. I am coming again. Yeah, he's coming. He's coming slowly. He's being lifted up slowly. The truth is being known. It's coming out slowly. That's what that means. And I had to kind of like figure that out. Everything doesn't come to me at one time. I think about things, and I'm like, okay, this has got to mean this, because God's Spirit is already in the world. The truth just has not been fully lifted up yet. I am coming again. I am coming again. Slowly. Everything in the Bible is so symbolic. There are so many dark sayings in it that you have to think. Sit and think. And people who are so a part of the world, they're not going to be concerned about, what this means and what this riddle here means and this and that. No. This is like a headache to them. People who are concerned about their salvation will think about these things and be like, you know what? The Bible did predict all this stuff. It did. And I can see it. And then you have people you fellowship with, who they get together, they talk about these things. And they realize that everybody that in their group is right when they're talking about this. And then you learn from each other. It's a long, lonely, I can't say it's long, but it's long when you're by yourself and you're talking about these things and you're trying to explain them in the right way, because you surely don't want to lead anybody astray. You don't want to be like the false prophets. I know I don't. So I told God, please, I don't want to do this. If I lead anybody astray, I don't want to do that. I'm not trying to do that. I don't want to be one of these false prophet preachers. No, I'd rather not even do nothing. I'm not trying to tickle nobody's ears. And what I say may not be popular, but I just want it to be the truth. Whether people can accept it or not. That's what Jesus did. He taught the truth. He told the truth whether it was popular or not. And many people didn't like the truth. They didn't like the truth. People don't like the truth because it exposes them. It makes them consciously aware that they are sinning, that they're living wrong. And for people who don't understand the truth, you have to break it down to them. Because it's like somebody trying to tell you how to do something, showing you a problem on the board, and then not explaining to you how to work it. They're just looking at you like, well, what does this mean? What am I supposed to do? So you have to explain it to them. You have to break it down to them like a problem, an equation on the chalkboard, or something on the chalkboard that they need help figuring out. I am coming again. His Spirit is already in the earth. I am coming with the clouds. The clouds are obstructing mankind's view that His Spirit is already in the earth. I am coming like a thief in the night. The world is in the dark. The world is asleep. Even though they are awoke, physically, they are asleep spiritually, or dead spiritually. I'm coming like a thief in the night. Put that together with the clouds that obstruct people's view, that they don't know how He's coming. He's already here. He just hasn't been fully lifted up yet. But they will see him, the truth. They will see the truth that his way, God's way, is the only way. They will learn this. When God steps in and shows them, and they start seeing the blessings when they start living the truth, and they accept the truth and start living right, God's way. Living as brothers in truth. Not giving in to any lies anymore. Not listening to any lies anymore. Or anybody's selfish views on that they're better than other people or whatever. No. God said, told Abraham, all nations will be blessed. All nations will be blessed from what comes out of you. All nations will be blessed. I know that I am a child of Israel. I know I am. I can feel it in my bones. I instinctively know. So I am reaching out, doing this the best I can. Like I said, and I hate to keep saying it, but it is what it is. I'm not going to pretend to be some elaborate speaker or try to get a whole lot of money together to build up a big church and all this and that. I can do it the simple way, and this is I'm comfortable with this. I'm comfortable with it because it gives me time to think. There's no pressure, and so I can think and put these videos together. And those of you who don't want to be associated with the world, not really, then you can listen to these. You have something to listen to now. And if it's the truth and righteousness that you are concerned about and that you want to live and or that you want to be a part of your life, and you are concerned about your salvation, the salvation of your children, your family, your friends, and of other people, then you're on the right track. And these talk videos, you can listen to them over and over again. This is a good thing about this. Of course, I could if I had a lot of money, I could do this and record these things on the air and talk to people on, and maybe one day it will come to that. Maybe one day. I don't think it's over with yet, but it's up to God when He wants this to stop, how He wants it to stop. So for the time being, I'm doing this. I mean, there's nothing else for me to do. I could work on my music, but this here is like part of me. It's like what I was meant to be doing, and when you're doing what is in your heart to do, you feel right at home doing it. And you can't wait to do it again. It's like when I'm writing songs, poetry. I love it because I feel at home doing it. That's the whole thing. And I've always wanted to help people, always. I've always wanted to help people. And I think this is the best way that I can do it. A thought just came to me. If there is someone, and I know there is because this thought wouldn't have came to me, there is someone out there who you know, someone who's listening to this, who you know needs your help. And the Spirit is telling you, nudging you, telling you in that still, quiet voice to help that person or those people. Now, I don't know who it is. I don't know. But I'm sure that in your heart of hearts, you know. He's telling you to help those people. There's a burning in you, and it might be small, but you know there's someone who you can help, who you can bless, that would really help them. Do it. Do it. If it means sharing, telling about some talk video on my page, do it. Share it. Share the information. There's something God wants you to do to help someone else. Do it. That thought just came to me. So it has to be, and this is a recording. So, but God works, He does what He does. Do it. Share just like I'm sharing with you. That's what you do. So I hope you get the gist of what I was saying in this video. I think I'm going to call it I Am Coming Again 2, just so you'll know. Yeah, He is coming again. He's coming. And somewhere deep in my mind, I knew I should have said that in the first one, that he's already here, and His Spirit is already here. But the coming part, I didn't really bring out, and I know I had it somewhere in the back of my mind to say that because like I said, sometimes when I do these talk videos, I'm tired, just like now, and I have a lot of things on my mind, so it probably just slipped my mind. And something told me to do this again to straighten this out, because there was one thing about the obscure, which I meant to say obstruct. Like I said, sometimes I get a little tongue-tied or a little confused in my words, and I want to straighten it out. I'm not going to be like a false prophet preacher, like some of these preachers tell you one thing and then just leave it at that, leave you hanging, leave you wondering what's going on. The Spirit is here. God's Spirit is here. He just has not been fully lifted up yet, which means He is in effect coming, in a sense. He's coming. He's about to be fully lifted up in this world. And every eye will see Him, the truth. That's how every eye will see Him. When He is fully lifted up. Because some people don't have eyes. But you could tell in your heart, in your heart of hearts, that Jesus, God is, Jesus is, the Holy Spirit is, that they do exist. So I'm going to end this and put this on this tagged in my profile. I'm going to call it I Am Coming Again, number 2, or part 2. And I'm going to put it right beneath the I Am Coming Again, the first one. I hope this helps you to understand better what I said about what I said in the first I Am Coming Again. And if I make any mistakes, if you know of any mistakes I've made in any of my posts, please feel free to comment. I'm not going to be mad at you. As a matter of fact, I'll appreciate you. Please just don't come to me in a judgmental way. Like, oh, well, you don't know what you're talking about. You need to shut up and all this and that. You know, because if you're going to do that, then I want to when after you do it or when you do it, please show me where your page is on Facebook or wherever, or invite me to your page and let me listen to your talk videos. Okay, I want to see where you're doing so much better than me. That's all I ask. Thank you for your time.